Hello and welcome to a very lackluster Friday. What? Apparently it's Friday in my head.
On Wednesday, they're feeling fine again. And they were...
Hello and welcome to Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. My name is Fleshodium and today is my vlog day. And I apologize for my lack of vlogging recently. I'm still in a very dark slump due to the loss of my one and only friend that I have known since I was 14 and I am now 24. I mean, I am not 24. I'm very young and innocent. Wolfgang decided to come up with the topic of movies for this week. And my choice of movie that I would like to talk about is actually not a movie or a film. It is a genre of film. I'm pretty sure before I even open my mouth you're gonna guess what it is. But I love to no end drama and romance. Seriously, I'm joking. I don't like... No, I like horror. And if you could not guess that, you do not know how to read a book by its cover properly. Just kidding. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. It's bad. Bad for the soul, bad for the karma. Most people do have contrasting things. For myself, I have a lot of contrasting personality traits and interests. Beyond that, movies. Horror movies. That is my absolute favorite genre. I love horror movies. And before I get into a list of suggestions of movies, if you like horror movies that is, I'm going to get into a little bit of a history. It's not Wikipedia-worthy history, but it is close, hopefully. Horror is not a new concept. It's been around for centuries and centuries. You know, it starts with ghost stories around the caveman fire, I think. Then it went to lore and old wives' tales and fables of all these things lurking in the woods. Trolls, werewolves, Dracula. All these little fantastical things people come up with to scare other people away from certain things. And did not necessarily mean they were real. Sometimes they were fabricated things that people created to just terrify somebody. Because that's the point of horror, is to scare somebody more than your counterpart. It's kind of like a little game of Russian roulette, who could scare the one next to them harder than whomever, whatever. It was very convoluted. Anyways, point is to scare people. And it started with, as I said, the little lores and stories and little town rumors that would go around. Then it started to leach into literature. Back, I believe, some of the first books that were out was one Frankenstein, made in 1818 by Mary Shelley. I actually didn't know all this. Not all of it. I knew a little bit of it. And then there's the Tales of the Grotesque and Arabesque by Edgar Allan Poe, whom I actually do very much enjoy, which I believe was made in 1840. He is probably one of the biggest pioneering men when it comes to creepy things or the macabre. Then there's A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Horror's been around for such a long time, and it's all been evolving. It's gone from literature to movies to toys, everything. So if you're interested in actually indulging yourself in some horror movies, please do check out the list of horror movies that I'm going to have on the bottom here. A lot are Korean, because I believe some of the newer ones and some of the better things are coming out more in Asian culture, because their form of horror is a lot more intense, I believe, than the Americanized form of horror. I don't know. Saw didn't just cut it for me, but The Ring, oh god! Creepy as all heck. Also, leave in the comments what you think of horror. Do you like horror? Have you watched horror? Would you watch horror? And why don't you like horror, if that is the case? So, hope you have the best rest of your week as you possibly can. And I apologize For this is the 4,000th take that I've done on this, and I'm just getting tired of redoing it, and this needs to be done now. So, again, I apologize. It was so unrehearsed. So unrehearsed. Won't happen again, promise.
Gee, I wonder what kind of videos Flesh would like.